Thank you, Claudia. Thank you very much for that useful information that you provided us with, and I hope we can use that in the near future. As you can see here, you see some of the logos of several platforms, and Claudia already provided you with a little comparison of what are the tools that you can find in these platforms. Now I'm going to show you how to log in into a web-based event. So as we mentioned before, you have received your invitation, and it should look something like this. As you can see, here it is for Microsoft Teams meeting, and you can see the title of the event, the date, the time, and right there you can see a link that says join Microsoft Teams meeting. You can simply click that link and you will be prompted to join the meeting. Should you have any problems using the link directly from there, open the appropriate browser. Just so you know, some of them do not work well with Explorer, for example, but they may be working better with Chrome. So you may want to keep that in mind, or you may need to find out what is the browser that works best with that platform that you're going to use. So basically take that link, paste the link, and copy that in the browser that you need to use and click on it. Probably you'll be prompted there with no problem. Also, should you have any issues joining the meeting with that link, you have a telephone number there that you can call. So basically, you will be appearing in the meeting via telephone. As you can see underneath the telephone number, you can see an ID number. So probably that will be the number that you need to enter after you call the telephone number. So just have those numbers ready just in case your link doesn't work. Don't try to find the telephone number just after you realize that the link is not working. Just try to have that information always ready and handy. Now, if I click that link, this is what happens. It prompts me to this particular interface, right? This happens when this is the first time I click that link, and this is the first time I'm going to use this platform. So you have two options. You can either download the app or you can join via web. This is one of the reasons why you have to join early, because this may happen to you. So you need to have the time to be able to download the app or join via web if necessary. It is always better to join through the app and not via web, because sometimes the connection might not be that great via web. And you can use most of these platforms in different devices. Say that you do not want to have, say that you want to have a backup. Let's say that you are joining the meeting on the web platform, but just in case, because you have a bad feeling that day, you think, okay, let me also call in with the telephone number they provided me with, and including that, or entering that ID number for the meeting, so I have a backup. Just let them know that you are appearing twice, both via web and over the phone, so that they are not trying to figure out who is the extra attendee that is showing in there, okay? But just if you don't do that, as I say before, just have that information ready in case the web drops. You can always call in that number and you are ready to go. So now you see that I have downloaded my app, and now it's telling me join now. I want you to pay attention a little bit to those buttons that you see down there below Join Now. Here is the camera button, and you can see that my camera is enabled. That means that if I join now, everybody's going to be able to see me. Now you see the other one here that is for the microphone. My microphone as of this moment is not enabled, but it is disabled basically. So if I were to talk, nobody will hear me. The other button that you see in the middle is to blur my background. So if I have, let's say, a very unorganized room, I can blur it out a little bit. But this depends on the app you're using. Not all the apps will provide you with this capability. So now I'm going to click Join. So you see that probably I was the first one in the meeting. So now it's telling me that I'm waiting for others to join the meeting. As you can see here, I have disabled my camera, right? I don't want the people to see me basically. And I have enabled my microphone so I can greet and introduce myself. I always use a very simple introduction, just say Spanish interpreter, Luisa Gracia, so that whomever is in the other side, they can they already know that I have joined via this platform. Now you can see that I am in that meeting already, and you can see that there's a PowerPoint that someone is showing. So this is how it would look for you if you have to do some kind of site translation. Remember, as we're going to talk about a little bit afterwards, site translation is not recommended on the record. So in this particular part of the uh, webinar or the web event space, I want you to pay attention that now my camera and my mic are disabled, so they cannot see me and they are not able to listen to me if I say something. And I have to communicate with other attendees via chat. And you can see it right there. You can find it not only in the control panel below, but you can see it also on the left side. Underneath the bottom panel, the control panel, you can see the number of attendees. You see that it says plus 47. That is the number of attendees. And a little bit to the right, a little bit bigger, a rectangular shape like with a circle in the middle. Those are the hosts or the presenters, right? Keep in mind that every platform is slightly different, but not by much. So you will be able to see most of the features that you can see here, but maybe with different shapes. Maybe the chat, instead being on the left, will be on the right, or the pictures maybe on the top. Who knows? You just have to download the demo and be sure that you know how it works, just so you can kind of tailor it to your comfort, basically. And also, I like to mention that sometimes it looks like you no longer have your computer toolbar at the very bottom. Just make sure you hover over it, because depending on the settings you have, that might be hidden for a while, and then when you hover over it, it will appear again. Just worst case scenario, never freak out. It's going to be always there. You just have to find it. That's why we're recommending you to log in well ahead of time, so you find all these little things so you can better work with much um, comfortable pace.